What if the most terrifying horror films weren't decades-old classics, but recent nightmares hiding in plain sight? Over the last few years, horror has evolved, twisting old tropes, challenging our fears, and delivering blood-curdling thrills we never saw coming. So lock your doors, dim your lights, and prepare yourself, because these 10 horror masterpieces from recent years will crawl under your skin and refuse to leave. In Talk to Me, a group of teens discovers a haunted ceramic hand that lets them contact the dead for 90 seconds. It's a viral challenge with fatal consequences. What starts as fun possession turns into full-on demonic invasion when Mia, still grieving her mother, ignores the rules and invites something else.
Run, 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 run.
The scares here are sharp, sudden, and deeply unsettling. But it's the emotional undercurrent, grief, guilt, and the desperation to reconnect that makes this movie unforgettable. Talk to Me doesn't just scare you, it dares you to ask, what if you couldn't tell where your mind ended and the spirits began? Ty West's horror trilogy ends with a neon-soaked scream in Maxine. Set in sleazy, sunburned 1980s Hollywood, Maxine Minx is back, chasing mainstream fame while a serial killer stalks the streets. The glitz of movie premieres blends violently with the grit of slasher horror. What's most terrifying here isn't just the gore, it's how quickly ambition can blind us to danger. And as Maxine's past starts bleeding into her present, the line between Scream Queen and Final Girl gets razor thin. When the camera rolls and the Night Stalker steps into frame, the question becomes, is she running from him or becoming something darker?
Okay.
At first glance, it's just a nice gesture, but in Smile Movie, that grin is a death sentence. After witnessing a patient die by suicide with a disturbing expression on her face, psychiatrist Rose becomes the next victim of a sinister. Everyone she meets begins smiling, but not in a good way. The film explores how trauma is passed like a virus, lingering, infecting, and ultimately consuming. Each smile is a warning, each reflection a threat. The deeper Rose digs, the more her own mind betrays her. Smile isn't just a clever horror gimmick, it's a masterclass in psychological tension that builds to one of the most disturbing creature reveals in modern horror. You'll never look at a happy face the same way again.
Holly.
You think you're watching one kind of movie until Barbarian rips it apart. It starts with Tess arriving at a double-booked Airbnb in Detroit and finding a mysterious man already staying there. What follows is a descent into absolute chaos, secret tunnels, disturbing pasts, and one of the most horrifying basement dwellers ever put on screen. This film is bold, unpredictable, and thrives on your expectations, only to smash them with a hammer. Director Zach Kreger shifts tone so fast it's like changing channels mid-nightmare. By the end, you're not just scared, you're stunned. The real horror, how easily kindness and trust can become weapons against you. In the night house, Beth's grief over her husband's suicide becomes a waking nightmare. Living in their remote lakeside home, she starts uncovering secrets, reversed blueprints, a twin house across the lake, and a presence that may or may not be him. The scares here are almost architectural, walls that breathe, spaces that warp, and outlines that reveal a man's shape only when you look away. Director David Bruckner crafts a chilling metaphor for mourning. What if grief isn't just something you feel, but something that follows you? Rebecca Hall delivers a performance so raw and brittle, it hurts. And when the entity finally reveals itself, it's not just terrifying, it's tragic.
Owen?
No. I'm not Owen.
You've never seen a Predator movie like this. Prey strips the franchise to its bones and drops the alien into 18th century America, where Comanche warrior Naru must protect her tribe. What unfolds is a breathtaking, brutal game of survival where spears clash with alien tech and a girl with nothing but instincts becomes the hunter. This isn't just a monster movie, it's a story about respect, resilience, and evolution. The tension is white hot, the action is clean and raw, and the creature design is iconic. By the final showdown, it's not about who's stronger, it's about who's smarter, and Naru here rewrites the rules of the hunt. The Deadites are back, and this time, they've moved into a high-rise. Evil Dead Rise trades the cabin in the woods for a condemned LA apartment complex and delivers a fresh, blood-soaked chapter in the franchise. When a cursed book is uncovered in a building basement, all hell breaks loose. A possessed mother terrorizes her own children, and every inch of the cramped space becomes a death trap. Director Lee Cronin proves you don't need a forest to summon the demons, just a record player and a broken elevator. And yes, there's a cheese grater. You've been warned. This movie doesn't just resurrect the franchise, it makes it scream louder than ever. Time travel has never been this terrifying. In Last Night in Soho, fashion student Eloise dreams herself into 1960s London, a dazzling, dangerous fantasy that slowly becomes a nightmare. Anya Taylor-Joy shines as Sandy, a glamorous singer with secrets, and Matt Smith turns suave menace into something genuinely bone-chilling. As the lines between past and present blur, Eloise realizes she's not dreaming, she's being possessed. Every mirror hides a scream, every song lyric foreshadows death, and as Soho's golden age peels away, all that's left is blood, regret, and ghosts in eyeliner. A woman, a window, and a face watching from across the street. Watcher takes a simple premise and ratchets the paranoia until it snaps. Julia moves to Bucharest with her husband and quickly suspects she's being followed. But no one believes her. Is it cultural isolation, anxiety, or is there really someone in the shadows? What makes Watcher brilliant isn't just the suspense, it's the silence. Long, agonizing silences that let your mind fill in the worst. Micah Monroe delivers another stellar turn as a woman teetering between fear and certainty, and when the film finally shows its hand, it's not a twist. It's a scream you saw coming and couldn't stop. Let's end with the strangest film on this list. Skinamarink isn't for everyone, but for those it touches, it cuts deep. Two children wake up to find their father gone, the windows vanished, and reality shifting. There's no plot, just static, shadows, and slow, creeping dread. It's like watching a childhood nightmare unfold in real time. Hallways stretch, TVs buzz with forgotten cartoons, something whispers from the corner of the ceiling. Made on a shoestring budget, this film proves atmosphere can be scarier than any monster. It's less a story and more a feeling. The feeling of being 6 years old, alone in the dark, and hearing your name when no one is home. So there you have it, 10 modern horrors that redefine nightmare fuel. Which gave you goosebumps? Let us know in the comments. And if you're hungry for more behind-the-scenes secrets and film deep dives, smash that subscribe button before the lights come back off.